Hey again, everybody, it's Adam Tracy, and I wanted to talk about payment agents in online gaming, right? And many of the people that contact me, are either already licensed iGaming platforms or want to explore the option of becoming licensed iGaming platforms. And the issue always becomes, as with literally everything, right, is, well, where do I bank? How do I take cards, right? Like, how do I take SEPA, IBAN, SWIFT, Faster Pay, Union Pay? Like, how do I do that? Because I'm high risk. I talk to, HSBC, they don't want to do it, so on and so forth. Well, first of all, don't ever talk to HSBC because they're not going to take it. But the reality is, there is a very easy fix, right? And that is called the payment agent, right, in gaming. And just as the name would imply, the payment agent is nothing more than a conduit through which a player can connect with the software provider, online platform promoter. And obviously that comes at a fee, right? But the payment agent, a good payment agent, will have a range of capabilities, multi-currency accounts, every payment rail you can think of, right? Including Union Pay. China's a huge market for gaming. You have to, play to that market. Crypto payments, debit card processing at a decent rate. SEPA, SWIFT, IBAN, everything in the world, right? That's what a good payment agent, would ideally have, right? And obviously, if you are like regional or just starting out, maybe you don't need that range of payment options, but that's typically the good ones will offer basically everything, right? And the payment agent itself, in so much that it is collecting and processing payments and then sending it off to an iGaming platform and then sending back withdrawals and disbursements, is in itself licensed, right? Or at least should be, because the nature of what they do, acting as a payment intermediary across multiple payment rails, would literally require you to be licensed in literally every nation in the world. And to the extent that you weren't licensed, I would question not only the availability and reliability of their payment rails, but also the cost with which they're being sourced, right? Like, so for like an unlicensed casino that wants to, take cards and not use a payment agent, there is processors that'll do it, but you're going to pay double what you would probably pay as an interchange fee if you were licensed, right? So as a payment intermediary, that actually gets higher, right? Because there's a step now between you and the ultimate beneficiary and vice versa in terms of those funds. So the payment agent game is extremely valuable, especially for new gaming operations, because to onboard, especially like if you don't have a track record, it's very difficult, right? Entirely possible, range of them, contact me, I'll give you the names, but it's just more of a process, right? Like I say this a lot of times, it's not usually the license, and this goes for Forex, even crypto to a large extent. It's not really the license that's the difficult thing to obtain. It's the financial institution partners that you need to make the license useful, right? And that's just the environment we're in with all the AML and KYC concerns and things of that nature, right? So high risk is verboten, right? And it's hard to do. So the payment agent fits that role because it's this intermediary, almost like an escrow in a sense, and it's undoubtedly licensed, else you probably shouldn't use them. And I've dealt with a lot of them, and some you kind of wonder, does the payment agent's financial institution partners really understand what they're doing? But who knows, right? But some of the bigger and better ones do. Now here's the trick: it comes at a cost, right? It comes at a cost because they're providing you something that, one, They may not have the ability to provide the interchange on, or whatever the case may be, but you got to pay them, right? So for a larger operation, sometimes it makes sense to break away and almost create your own payment agent, right? Because you're creating that stream of income. And especially if you have multiple domains, right, or multiple companies, if you're licensed in different places, then sort of branching out and creating your own payment agent does make sense. Now, obviously, you have to get a license versus the actual gaming company doing it itself. But when you scale and you have different entities, different domains, things of that nature, it actually pays for itself quite easily and quite quickly, right? If you're at a certain point. So, the payment agent thing, a lot of people say, well, I can't launch this gaming enterprise because it's just, it's not going to work, and I can't find the processor, whatever the case may be. Don't look for the processor, look for the payment agent, right? That's who's going to get you off the ground, and over time you can make the move and become your own payment agent. So that's my take. Don't let it kill the project just because you can't find credit card processor for less than 8% of swipe or whatever the case may be. So if you have any questions, want a list of payment agents for iGaming, definitely hit me up, adamtracy.io. I'll talk to you next time. Cheers.